Cinema, in its purest form, was the silent era. Black and white silent films captivated the world. Then came sound.
In the electrical recording of sound, there is employed a pickup microphone.
Then came TV, and then came color. Color was great, but it almost obliterated the art of black and white cinematography. We can't see in black and white. It's another world. That's what makes it even more special. So let's take the color down to 0, adjust the contrast and brightness, and pretend that some things are just better in black and white. In 1990, Miramax released one of the best noirs ever made, The Grifters. It's based on the 1963 Jim Thompson novel of the same name, produced by some guy named Martin Scorsese, and directed with flair by the red-hot-at-the-time Stephen Frears, who was hot off of Prick Up Your Ears and Dangerous Liaisons. Frears tackled Thompson's novel with precision-like craftsmanship, and at no point in the film do you ever feel you are not in the hands of a great filmmaker. The film retains the novel's spirit, and that spirit seems to recall film noirs from the 40s, and what better opportunity to turn the color down and see if The Grifters is better in black and white. From the opening scenes of Los Angeles, it's clear Frears is channeling that time period, but placing the mood and sentiment in modern-day LA. The music score on the opening credits by Elmer Bernstein is utterly exquisite and sets the mood for what is to come. It easily takes you back to the time of the 40s noir classics. Taking the color out of this film is a revelation. From the first scene of Anjelica Huston at the racetrack, split screen with John Cusack and Annette Bening, all doing their grifts in dark shades, you get the feeling that this was meant to be a black and white picture. John Cusack plays Roy, a small-time LA grifter who loves playing the small con games in bars and the Bennikins around LA. His mom Lily, played by Anjelica Huston, plays a slightly longer con game on horse races and works for a nasty gangster named Bobo, played by the late great Pat Hingle. And finally, there's Roy's girlfriend Myra, who is playing the long con of conning other cons, mostly by using her body to capture her male victims. She's played deliciously by Annette Bening. All three characters are trapped in life by their own cons, and almost haunted by those that taught them the business of grifting. It's like a curse on all three of them, and it keeps getting passed down from generation to generation, especially in John Cusack's Roy character. Once we are in Roy's apartment, the power of the black and white really takes form. The shadows and light from the windows highlight the duality of Roy and his mom. The strained relationship they share is at times weird, and you could maybe even say incestuous in some points.
Long time no see.
As the three characters become closer and closer to one another, the opportunity to grift each other also becomes very clear. It's like an infection to them, because at this point in all of their lives, this will be the way they survive in society by leeching off others and each other. Lily and Myra both want possession of Roy, because they both know he has the potential to be a super grifter. This creates a rift between them that is so much fun to watch play out, especially in some of the hospital scenes.
I'm Roy's friend.
Yes, I imagine you're lots of people's friend.
Oh, of course. Now that I see you in the light, you're plenty old enough to be Roy's mother.
Aren't we all?
Play nice, don't fight.
As Lily's world starts to collapse around her with Bobo lurking, the film goes into some territory that past noirs couldn't do, and that's cruelty and violence. Something the novels of Thompson are quite explicit in depicting. The scene of Bobo torturing Lily was so extreme they had to cut most of it out from the film. It was so intense on Huston that she supposedly threw up after the scene was over. It is a particularly nasty scene indeed, and Huston is able to reveal volumes of information about her character and her facial expressions alone. It's also interesting to note that in color this scene has less of an impact as it does in black and white. I think maybe it's the familiarity we have and comfort that black and white gives us from the old days, and then to be confronted with this level of violence is kind of foreign to an audience. It's almost as if director Frears may have wanted to place this in the 40s, because screenwriter Donald Westlake's dialogue is definitely doing that.
Roy, you're a short con operator. And a good one, I think. Don't talk to me like I'm another square.
Come around tomorrow.
I'll take you again.
Other great character standouts here are the desk clerk at Roy's apartment, played by the irreplaceable Henry Jones. He is great in every single scene, and he is having a blast, you can tell.
Sickness comes to us all, Mr. Dillon.
That's true, Mr. Sims.
We never know when, we never know why, we never know how. The only blessed thing we know is it'll come at the most inconvenient, unexpected time. Just when we've got tickets to the World Series.
Everyone in this film is cast to perfection. This is easily Cusack's best performance, full stop. Better off dead lovers, come at me.
And why does she bug you? You jealous?
Of what? You want to lie down with dogs?
Then I'll pick the dog.
This is also the film where people began to notice Annette Bening. Her scenes of the long con she embarked on with the late character actor J.T. Walsh are nothing short of revelatory. Both actors here are in rare form with their respective characters.
Machines! Machines, Gloucester! I have got a whole room full of machines back here. You want to see them? Come here.
Oh, Henry, no.
Come on, take a look. I got a whole suite full of mainframe computers.
Elmer Bernstein's brilliant score keeps the 40s mood intact throughout. His score almost acts as the inner thoughts of its main characters. The cinematography by Oliver Stapleton was always a little desaturated in color, but without it, it transforms into a dazzling display of shadows and light. The final scene leaves a lot of debate, so much so that I used to debate it with my friends. Let's just say the ending left us trying to con each other into who was really right.
Roy, what if I told you that I wasn't really your mother? That we weren't related?
What?
If you've never seen The Grifters, stop this video right now and go see it. If you love Jim Thompson novels and love the book, you will love this movie. It is pretty faithful to the novel, sans a few time compression elements and a few subplot omissions, but that's what you have to do when you translate a novel to film. If you love film noir, it's up there with some of the very best in my opinion. It might have been made in color, but it's an even better film in black and white.